We're going to discuss a curriculum that we developed called the 9 Pillars of Mature Masculinity. And we can honestly spend a whole 3 to 4 day retreat on each pillar. But we're going to go through all 9 of them this weekend. So think of this as more like a sampling and an overview kind of course this weekend. There's immature expressions of masculinity and there's mature expressions of masculinity. And until we learn how to choose into the mature side of things, like, we're just never going to get there. This concept of mature masculinity, just briefly, in my experience, you'll probably agree with this, but in my experience, there's masculinity on all kinds of levels, and most of it is immature. Immature masculinity can show up like a beta male. It can show up like a toxic alpha male. Just all bravado, but nothing inside, no depth, no ability to like master his emotions or anything like that, right? So what we want to focus on is mature masculinity. That's a very well-balanced version of being a man, where you walk through this world and happen to the world instead of the world just happening to you, right? Like, so you feel like you can stand in the energetic God fucking design that you've been given as men without apology. The work that we do with men is all about helping them, take their mask off, drop their ego, disrupt their old patterns, disrupt their faulty belief systems around what roles they should play or how their masculinity should look. We often fly in the face of what culture defines masculinity to be and how men ought to be. And so it's a very intentional, minute-to-minute, hour-by-hour planned experience where men are living into the masculinity that they know is inside of them that they want more of. I very full well expect that all of us, cadre included, are going to have some things from our life that will surface that might be difficult, or they might be triggers, they might be memories, they might be something we're dealing with. This is the space for that. And we're gonna just all listen, welcome, and embrace that stuff. Becoming masculine is a culmination of my journey in my own life to get to the point where recognizing some things really had to change. And stepping into mature masculinity is what has brought just so much joy and fulfillment and happiness and purpose to my life. So from a masculinity perspective, men are designed for challenge. And that's a whole nother topic, but we're designed for challenge. We need challenge, we crave challenge. Challenge is absolutely a must for us to be able to flourish and to grow. There's been months and months. It's not supposed to get emotional and fucking welcome speech, but there has been months of preparation. And the point behind all of it is to really get a little bit uncomfortable this weekend. We're not going to stay uncomfortable, but we're going to get uncomfortable so that we can learn some of those things about ourselves that we can focus on working on. So we're going to put them in that place from the very first minute. They'll also reveal, a lot of what maybe some people call weaknesses. I'm not going to use that word, but they're going to reveal the challenges that they're facing in their life. And then they're going to start to work on those because they've come to the surface. Most of the people that saw any kind of promotional materials for this are like, I don't need that. I'm a man, I don't need that. The irony is they're exactly the kind of dudes that need to be here.